Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be declutter number 5, and it's going to be all things eyes that aren't palettes. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you're into eyeshadow palettes, essence and Catrice, and getting the use out of your makeup the way that I am, then definitely stay tuned because I am here to do a decluttering series. It was time to do some spring cleaning in both my wardrobe and my makeup collection, and today we are doing the makeup collection declutter. It's 6 parts. I'm going to be reusing this part of the video for every single video. So if you're like, I've heard that before, that might be true, because I always need to get a couple of things out of the way before we get into a declutter. Yes, this is a declutter. That doesn't mean you have to declutter. If that makes you like feel bad or whatever, please don't. I'm just here to clear out my personal makeup collection, which is something that has grown over time. I didn't buy this in one go. I've been creating makeup, beauty related content for more than a decade, which is where some of these things, you know, have somehow, like I've somehow acquired them along the way. Not all of it is PR. I buy most of it with my own money. But yeah, the past couple of years have definitely put things into perspective. So I already knew going into it that I wanted to get rid of quite a bit. And even some OG favorites that I hold very near and dear to my heart, where I just felt like, it's time. It's time. It's also good to know that I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, which means that it greatly skews my makeup preferences. So if I'm getting rid of a product that you love, that works great for you, then please keep using it. It just may be something that didn't work for me, or maybe I've just had it for a while. There are so many different reasons why I might be getting rid of something, and it doesn't mean that you have to as well. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to mention before we got started. Let me get stuck into these declutters. Welcome to declutter number 5, and this is going to be all the eye bits that aren't eyeshadow palettes. So I always separate that out because I have so many palettes. So I've got some eyeliners, liquid and single shadows, cream shadows, mascaras, brows, eyeliners, and then we have single shadows as well, so in a pan. So that's what I've got going on in this setup. And I'm not sure how much I can get rid of this. In fact, I'm gonna start off with what's in these palettes and tell you that we're actually not gonna go through all of these singles palettes. So the reason why we're not gonna go through these like palettes, I've got a couple more here to decide, is because I need to rearrange all of my singles anyway. So as a follow-up after this video, sometime in April, I'm gonna sit you guys down and we're gonna do a complete single shadows reorganization. And in order to be able to do that, I also need to first rearrange my entire eyeshadow palette collection because I need to figure out if there's any palettes where I want to pull shades out of it or anything like that, and then I can sort of rearrange things because I got a couple of like newer things. Let me show you. So for instance, I got these Glam Shop shades, and I just want to make sure I can disperse this over all of my other shadows that I've got going on in the palettes. And similarly, I have these Sydney Gray singles that are really lovely that I got in a mystery bag. So I want to make sure that they are incorporated into all of the other palettes I have. So I can't really declutter this yet. So that's going to happen in another video. But we're going to go over everything else. So let me just get started and lay some things out. So we're going to start here with all the eyeshadow primers and mascara. And I'm of the opinion that I just want to have one mascara open at a time and one eyeshadow primer that's open at the time. So for a particular use. So currently in my Shop My Stash, like I always have one of these. This is the Catrice Glam and Dull and the Heroin Make Long Up mascara, super waterproof. This is a K-Beauty one. It's really nice, but it's a bit natural for my taste. And then I just have this one from Essence that I did not like, so I am going to be decluttering this. I'm going to be keeping my 2 favorites, the Lash Princess and the Falsies Lash Lift from Maybelline. Those 2 I'm going to keep for sure. And then I have another favorite, the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal, and one from RMS Beauty that I've never tried before. So those I'm going to keep in here. These I'm also going to be keeping. I have my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, which It's got such a huge dip. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's getting harder to actually scoop product out, which is a good sign. So maybe I can use that up this year. This is also on its last legs, the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is my favorite eyeshadow primer. And then the glitter primer from NYX. So that's what I'm currently using. And then I just have a couple of things to try. This was no good though. The Prime Like a Boss from Essence. So I'm going to be decluttering that. But these two, I either haven't tried it very much or they were okay in a first impression. So the Neutral Eye Base from Kiko, I want to try some more. And the Kaleidos Tone Activator Eye Primer. And then I just have a sample from a Gucci mascara that I would like to keep. And then I have 3 of these smaller Lorac eyeshadow primers that came with Lorac palettes. I'm going to try one of these once the Milani one is gone. But I think I may just want to repurchase the Milani one, to be quite fair. But yeah, use one of those up. Try the Kiko one first. I don't know yet, but that's going to happen sometime soon. Right, so then we have all of my single pan eyeshadow palettes that are in a pot. So these aren't, you know, like these guys where you just have the pan and you need to stick them into a palette yourself. Some of these are more unique. Some of these I know I can get rid of. And a lot of these you've actually seen in my 31 days of one and done shadows. So in January I did a short series where I showed you a different single eyeshadow look every single day, and I have a playlist which I will link in the description box down below, so you can see a lot of what I'm showing you today going onto my lids. There are definitely things though that I feel I might just want to get rid of. This V Cosmetics one was a gift, and it's really pretty, but it's not my shade. So I do like a blue, but this is not my blue, and I didn't feel it swatched all that well. This one broke on me as I was filming that short using this. It fell out of the pan and I pressed it back in, but it's completely cracked. But it's one of my favorite taupey shades. That is a single. It's Under Treasure from Catrice. And I still have a couple of these liquid metal ones, and I do want to keep those around. Those are nice. They were discontinued ages ago. I also want to keep my Burberry eyeshadow. This is an OG one and done for me. So I do want to hang on to that. These Pop shots from Charlotte Tilbury are really pretty, but they're not necessarily like the best things ever. Like the way they promoted these make them seem a lot more interesting. The packaging also feels a bit cheap with these, which is a bit of a shame, but they're nice. They're good. They're okay shadow. And I definitely look forward to using them more. Then I have a Kiko eyeshadow here. This is their water shadow in the shade 213. And I have another one. This is from their Joyous Holiday collection. And this is in the shade Green Quartz. And this is so pretty. That's really pretty. I can get rid of this L'Oreal one because of it. And I can get rid of the box. So I'm going to be keeping the water shadow from Kiko. It's one of my favorite formulas. Kiko does some stunning singles. So those I'm going to keep. I always keep my 2 Nabla ones. I have Alchemy and Selfish. Yes, that's these 2. They're really pretty duochromes. And I wish I had these in my singles collection, but you know, this way I can keep them around for sure. This Holika one I need to keep around. This is the what's this called again? It's in the shade Moonflash. It was discontinued ages ago, but it's such a good, like, cool toned cream yet powder formula. It's a bit of a weird one, but it's good. It's really good. The Kiko Glitter Shower in shade 01 looks very sparkly in the pan, but it's actually more of a metallic, but it's very pretty. Very good for like the holidays. This I use every single day to set my eyeshadow base with. So that's going to stay. Max Sea Worship. This is one of my favorite khaki shades. Can't get rid of that. And then I just have these ones. This was a bit of a disappointment to me, actually. It's by Etude House. It's the Air Mousse in Cherry Blossom Popcorn. And I thought it was going to be a bit like the Holika Moonflash thing. But this is actually a little bit sheer. Like it doesn't do that much. It's pretty, but you just end up with a lot of iridescent sparkle, and I have iridescent sparkle in my liquid shadows, so I don't feel I need to keep this around. It's pretty, for sure. Then the Soft Touch eyeshadow from Essence in Eternity. Good taupe shade, but I have so many other taupe shades, and I already have the Catrice one, so this one can go. And then this one came to me from Urban Decay as a gift. This is in the shade Shattered. And this is another shade I've already swatched it, but I have this shade in my single eyeshadow, so I don't need to keep this around. It's like a greeny teal with a gold flip to it. It's very pretty, but I don't need it. I'm just gonna go over these cubbies one by one. Let me put these here because we can do that in a minute. In a way, I have some like more things that could have gone in the other cubby for sure. These are more liquids, so I can put those there. More liquids. Like, I really came into a lot of liquid shadow this past year for some reason. So let me dump these out, and we can look at some creams now. So here I feel I can get rid of a couple of things for sure. I'm namely going to be getting rid of the Charlotte Tilbury things. These are pretty. They're nice. They're good. This is in the shade Pillow Talk. It's just not my favorite shade. It's just far too warm toned. And this is the Jewel Eyes, I believe, in Walk of No Shame. This is very pretty as well, topped over Pillow Talk, but it's just not really my jam. So those can go. Of course, we're going to be keeping my OG favorites, So Quiche and Colourpop Ritz. These Supershocks are still my favorite till this day. So those two I like. And I'm also going to be keeping Frog. And then the one I like to layer with some of these is this H&M one in Dauphine Truffle. Same formula as the Charlotte... Ooh, we're out of focus. The same formula as the Charlotte Tilbury, but in a much better shade for me because it's a taupe. I like a little quirky. Oh, that's... How has that gotten so manky all of a sudden? I like that, but it's a maybe. This is I Heart This, which is far more successful for me. It's one of my favorite ones. And this is the newest one. This is Sailor, which is like supposed to be like another rendition of Frog, but in like a slightly different shade. So again, a gray topper thing. Falling Up is pretty, but I haven't worn this, reached for it, thought about it for a while. Can go. Similarly for Muse, I just don't wear these kind of coppery shades at all. I just don't. And then I have this one in Wind Down, another shade I just don't wear. They're pretty, but it's not something I reach for. Then I have Bay, which is pretty, but I haven't worn it in so long. Dance Party is actually one I like to pair with Selfish from Nabla. So that's a great pairing, so I do want to keep that. And I did always pair Bay with Alchemy. Oh, nah, I'll be fine. Partridge is really pretty as well. Is it dry? No, it's fine. But I feel that maybe Rooftop Cocktails is a bit better by now. Like, these are essentially like the same sort of vibe, where it's this like brown green, and this has more of a flip, and it's a bit more shiny. So I'm thinking getting rid of Partridge because it's old, keeping Rooftop Cocktails. I'll be fine with that. And then I have Day Trippin', which is this really pretty pinky shade, but I don't wear it. Same for Ripple, really pretty purple, but I don't wear it. And I don't really wear Moonwalk either. Like, I thought this could be like a nice chartreusey, limey green kind of shade, but it ended up just not working the best for me, I feel. New Moon from Chanel, I'm going to keep, even though it's old and it's pulling away from the sides. I really like that one. But I have decided to get rid of Rouge Noir. Like, again, this is super old. And I actually now have some eyeliners that actually work really well for this. So, and then I have the Dior Fusion Mono, which again is so dry. I just need to get rid of it. It's such a stunning khaki shade, but I can't keep everything. And then I have two of these. This is Mink. This is one I bought myself when I was in London. And this is why I can get rid of a little corky, because this is, I would reach for this over a little corky. It's a taupe, like a deep taupe shimmer, and it's going to look so pretty with any of these like topped with it. So it's a really good one. And then they contacted me after seeing my review, I think, of that shade, asking me if I wanted to receive anything, and then I got this in PR. This is the shade Onyx, and this is like a charcoal gray black with a lot of gray sparkle running through it. It's a super great smoky shade, and that's another reason why I can get rid of Rouge Noir, because if I want to deepen anything up, I can use this one from now on, and it's a lot newer. Plus it will be pretty with those more like sheer things. We did quite well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow! I got rid of 13 of my cream shadows and I'm keeping 11. I didn't see that one coming. Okay, let me go through eyeliners next. So this no longer fits into its little cubby. So I actually need to grab one that used to hold lipstick, because then I can put it in one of these clear ones. Because I found out that Essence has been doing some really nice things. But here again, I just need to give it a quick clear out. I've got some more of the Victoria Beckham in here. I should have a third one. Where's the third one? Oh, here it is. So I have the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal Liners in, what are the shades? Oh, Sequin Green, Navy Noir, and Sea Gray. And these are really, oh, of course I'm opening them up on the wrong end. So this is a really nice, like, silvery, smoky gray. So pretty with that black eyeshadow that I got. So these came in the same PR package. This is the Navy Noir. Really nice, good navy blue. Do I still have, yeah. Oh yeah, now I can get rid of that Zoeva one then, that I've kept around for light years because of it. And this is Sea Green, which is a really nice sparkly cocky green. I'm not sure you can see this. Can I hold it somewhere you can see the tip? There we go. It's so stunning. It's like an olivey cocky green. Really stunning. Amazing formula. Amazing formula. I totally get the hype. Then, let me see. Oh, I'm gonna have to get rid of my Urban Decay ones because they're so old. And I never wear them. Underground and Bourbon. And I think I already got rid of Zero last year. So those can go. These Catrice Liquid Metal Liners are some of my favorites. Still, till this day, this is also a really good cocky green. So those, even though they're older, I do always keep them around because they're so good. I've got a bunch of these like Kiko ones. Let me get organized for a minute. What I have found recently, where does it stop and start? That actually Essence can do a really good eyeliner as well at affordable prices. So I first found these, the Smoky Crystal, the Kajal pencils, and the Long Lasting pencils, and they now do the Stay and Play gel liners. And this formula, this new one, reminds me a lot of those Catrice ones that I said I was keeping, the liquid metal ones. So I feel that Essence is now finally doing that again. So I need to see if there's any overlap between these, so maybe I should give them a quick swatch. Like, I'm looking at this shade and I'm like, Rainforest, but this is just a regular pencil you need to sharpen. So maybe if I have something similar, like, is this similar? This is I Have a Green. It's more of a teal. It's got a lot of blue running through it. And it's got a creamier formula. And then this is the Emerald Dragon shade that's new. It's a bit more green, so I think they're different enough. Sorry. Then I do have this actual like teal turquoisey blue. I love a good teal turquoise, and I've actually decluttered most of them over the time, so it's good to have one. Then I have two of these blue ones. I have Classic Blue, which is like a vibrant blue. And then I seem to have this more like navy shade as well. Why are these all pushing against each other? So this is the navy one. Yeah, I love that. See, and this is another reason why I can get rid of that. Oh, this broke off. Why I can get rid of the Rouge Noir, because I have this now from Essence. It's a bit more plum, but it, you know, if you layer something warm toned over it, it can definitely pull burgundy. And then they had this brown, which is perhaps the one I should get rid of, because I have enough brown eyeliners. But it's very pretty. Then the smoky crystal one is, what shade is this? In Opal. And this is really pretty. It's like, it's not green, it's not gray, and it's not black, and it's got a bit of shine. Really pretty. So then it's not going to be the same as this. No. Like, I like all of these. And then we have Midnight Sky, which is like a deeper teal. But then I also have this petrol shade from Catrice, which is a bit more saturated. And then I also have this one from Kiko, which is a bit more, like a bit richer and creamier as well. So maybe I can get rid of the Catrice, because that's very similar, and I like the color of the Kiko one better. So let me swatch the Kiko one then next to these greens. Ooh, that's a really pretty shade. I like that better than this one. Like, it's so, this is so gray toned, and the Kiko one just glides on and it's super smooth. So I like that. The only black that I have, and then I just have a purple. I've got some pastel-y shades. I have my multi-chromes. I've got my one true cocky green. Oh, that's actually a bit similar to I don't remember what it was, but I think it was an Essence one. I'm going to keep the MAC. And this is another good brown from Bara. Right? That's the brand, right? 1999. 1999 is the brand. That the shade is called Barna. Barna. So, and that's a matte. And the other ones are all having a bit of a shimmer undertone. But I'm going to get rid of these two. I've never used these cream gel liners from Colourpop. Oops. And they're nice, but this is too similar to things I already have. Like, it's too similar to this. And this one is okay. So we're getting rid of a couple, but not too many. And I'm just going to pop these all in here. Liquid shadow then. I need to test these Stila things. This one I tried to revive the other day for a look I filmed for my shorts, and it's okay again. So this is Diamond Dust, so I would like to keep that, but you can just tell from how atrocious these other ones look that I should just get rid of these. So this is Kitten Karma, Smoldering Satin is the one that looks worst, and then I have Wanderlust. I don't reach for these enough. The one I reach for all the time is that Diamond Dust one. So the way I revived it is with a couple of drops of the Ingla Duraline. And this one, I'm sure, yeah, it doesn't do much anymore. I mean, you can revive these, for sure. You don't have to throw them away, but I have other things I just like better. I just do. Ooh, and this is one of those things I like a lot better, but this looks a bit dry too. Oh, but it still works. Okay, so the Holika Mirror Holic is fine. It's a bit slumped. Slumped in its seat. But it's fine. This is the glitter of choice that I now use to top over things if I want to wear glitter. The Dear Dahlia in Enchanted. That's lovely. I love my Lisa Eldridge Liquid Lurex in the shade Anais. This is a lovely, lovely shade, and I want to get more of these. It's a really good formula as well. I like my two multi-chrome liquid shadows from Lethal, so these are going to stay. This is a liquid shadow from Rare Beauty, and I love Rare Beauty as a brand, but this shade is a bit off for me. It's in the shade Nearly Mauve, but it's peach on me. It's a terracotta. Don't like it. The eye tint from Essence. Wowza, this is a great little product. This is in the shade Shimmering Taupe, and I love it. I also like my Glossier Lit Star in the shade Fawn, so we're going to keep that. This I was also, like, when I swatched this, it was pretty impressive. This is by Makeup Revolution. It's the Glam Eyes, and it comes with an eyeshadow stick on one end, and then it has a liquid shadow on the other. And it seemed to be a very stunning shade. It's in. It doesn't say. I'd have to look it up. But it was pretty. So keeping that. Then I have all of the liquid multichromes from Essence. These aren't the best, but they're lovely shades. So I do want to keep them. And then this e.l.f. one, I wasn't too impressed with. Because it kind of like shears out into nothing. But I don't know. Like when you swatch it, like it does absolutely nothing. So I think I'm going to get rid of that. I like the Armani for a smoky eye, so I'm going to keep that. I also really liked my eye light from RMS. This is in the shade Strobe. This is really pretty. I did a one and done eyeshadow look with this. So I'm going to keep that. And then of these Sydney Grace ones, I'm only going to be keeping the blue one. What is this called? This is in Are You Sure? The reason why I'm going to be getting rid of Destination Wedding and Lily is because these just aren't my shades. Like you can see the shades here on the back. I don't wear shades like this in eyeshadow. Never. Never have, never will. Let's talk pigments. And I got a couple of these jelly much things. And then I also have a eyeshadow that is not Terra Moons, but that I do need to get rid of. So here we have some glitters and some loose shadows, some pigments. These need to go with the cream shadow. So these are the Colourpop Jelly Much Shadows that came in the Troublemaker collection. So this is the shade Emo Inside. I have Drama Season. I have Please. And then I also have Alt Kit. So these need to go into a different cubby, but there was no more room in there when I got them. This I love, Mirror Ball from JCat. This is what it looks like. It's a really pretty pigment. And then I just have some MAC things. I'm going to be keeping Vanilla. And then I have Tan and Whisper Pink. And I put Tan in my one and done eyeshadow overview. Whisper Pink I don't see myself reaching for. Tan I don't think I'll reach for ever again. So I don't know where we cut off, but I have just taken all of my brow products out. I think I was saying how I am also getting rid of Insane from JD Glow for my singles collection. I think that's where we were at. If you missed too much, I'm terribly sorry, but my loose singles pigments now look like this. These are all of the brow things I have, and it's quite a bit. I have this and this currently in my Shop My Stash. So the Catrice Volume and Lift Brow Mascara in Ash Blonde, I believe. 020 anyways. And the Face Shop Designing Eyebrow Pencil. I bought some new things to try. So I have the e.l.f. Ultra Precision Brow and the Essence Wow What a Brow Pen. These are okay. The shades are too red, so I need to get rid of both of them. And then I have the Stay Natural Brow Stick from from Catrice. This is far too big and yellow toned for me, so I didn't love that. This I like as like a backup, like these are also backups of my favorite. And then these are also backups of my favorite brow gel, so I can keep that. This was okay from the new Essence collection, but that applicator is so big. Can't deal with that, so I'm getting rid of that. I'm going to be getting rid of the Urban Decay Inked Brow. I don't wear this liquid brow thing at all. And then I have a brow powder set, which I always find handy just to have it around. It's by Catrice. It's their brow powder set in Ash Blonde. Then I have two of the e.l.f. Wow What a brow gels. Those are okay, but want to keep them around. I have them. They're fine. And then I have these Brow Fix brow soap things. The Beauty Bay one I've never tried. And I just don't like brow soap. I just don't. So I don't need to keep this. And that's also why I can get rid of the Catrice Brow Fix Soap Stylist. It's gotten a little bit messy from use. And then I also have the Brow Fix Shaping Wax. This was a mess as well. So I think that this is a nicely curated overview of all of my brow things. And I have liquid, gel, and eyeliner, like eyeshadow sticks left. So here's the Inglot Duraline that I was referencing before. Right, so these are all of my like eyeshadow sticks and eyeliners and things like that. And I think that I feel pretty okay to get rid of a few bits, but I don't need to get rid of a lot. This is the Essence Lash Princess Liner in the black waterproof, and it's that really thick cat, like it doesn't work. Can be very short and sweet about that. I have my Milk Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk. Love that. I have some liquid felt tip eyeliners. Catrice is doing these like fun pastel-y shades, and this worked really well for me. So that's a fun thing to play around with. And I got a couple of these Kiko ones. These I feel are good, but they're nothing to write home about. The Kiko ones are nice. They're okay for the price point. And I should perhaps put these all upside down so that we always have a nicely saturated tip. These crystal eyeliners from Essence, I don't use them a lot, but they're a lot of fun to play with. I have my black and my brown liquid liner from Essence that I like. Same thing here with my cream gel pots. I have MAC's Black Track, and these I just need to smell to see if they're still okay-ish. Dark Diversion, oh, that's still fine. And this is Dip Down. This is the brown one, and then I have a Bobbi Brown one in a green, and this is Poison Ivy, which is still really good to go. And then I have these No Budge eyeshadow sticks from e.l.f. and I really wanted to love these, but I don't. So that's why I'm going to be decluttering them in the gray and in the blue. And then I have my matte signature L'Oreal lipstick in a lipstick eyeliner in a really nice green shade. So this is one I also want to keep, and it still smells okay. And then I just have all of my eyeshadow sticks, and I think I just want to put them into this cubby, if that fits, because I got some new ones from Kiko. You can tell, like the newer ones are the glossy packaging and the matte packaging are the old ones. This Catrice one is the odd one out, the Aloe Vera eyeshadow stick in lavender brown. This is such a good, like, not quite a mauve, not quite a taupe, not quite a rose gold, and yet it's all of those things. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty. And I just want to keep all of these. I just know. So let me talk about the old ones first. These you may no longer be able to get. The Kiko eyeshadow sticks are my favorite eyeshadow sticks. They just are. So I have shade 31, which is a periwinkle. I know they've discontinued this one. The shade 44 is like the best electric blue you'll ever find. And these are still fine. I have heard from people that when they twist it up, you can see the bloom on them, but these don't have that. 38, which is a good like rosy taupe. And then I have this charcoal gray for a smoky eye, number 19. And then we have number 17, which is a nice like blackened navy, you could say. It's really pretty too. And then I have a deeper navy even. This is shade 59. This is one of the newer shades. It's more metallic. So they discontinue some and then they update the formulas. I mean, it makes sense. I also bought 39. This is dark taupe, which is really stunning too. I have 48, which is this lovely cocky green shade. Love it. And then I have 67, which is this sage green. I mean, I love it. And then 46 is this pretty super dimensional mauve shade. It's really special. I love this one. As per usual, this is usually the smallest declutter, so let me round up how much we're getting rid of. Still 50 items nonetheless that I'm getting rid of out of all of these little eye things. So I really hope you enjoyed watching today's video. I hope you like to stay tuned because of course we're still going to be decluttering my eyeshadow palette collection. That's the only thing I haven't shown you yet. So we're still going to be doing that. And then, yeah, of course, I am also going to be doing that follow-up video that I told you about, where I'm going to be decluttering and reorganizing all of my singles palettes in the future. I'm also going to be reorganizing my makeup collection, and there's a couple of other bits I need to film with some of the things I've decluttered before I can really finish the declutter. So that's just the way it goes. So I hope you found today's video helpful. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make several videos every single week. And without further ado, thank you so very much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.